All right, guys, back with another week of toy pickups. We're gonna jump into it because I feel like I got a lot to say this time, and hopefully I can smoothly get through this stuff. So the first thing that I got picked up, and it's gonna jump the line of other stuff that I've gotten, because I've been so excited about it, is Zoomrig's Omni Man. Look at that, dude! Look at that! Look at that! Wait, there you go. Can you see him now? Look at that. Look at this guy. So I'm going to show you his feet. Flip him around. His wired cape. The muscles in the back and his man cake. But no, I'm super excited to get this thing. You don't know how long I was watching the shipper as far as to get this guy in hand. Because I'm a big Invincible fan, I guess, like the world, because it's a real popular show right now. I didn't read the comic books as they came out when I was a little younger, when they were being written. But the show on Amazon has really made me a fan. And I guess before we go ahead and start, we'll stop calling him Omni Man, and we'll call him My Alien Dad. There's the bucks. And yes, probably with all the other reviews people are talking about, there's a different face on there. We'll talk about the side, we'll talk about the other side, we'll talk about the bottom, we'll talk about the top, and then we're going to toss this to the side because we're going to go back in there in a second. Yeah. Alright, so, My Alien Dad, aka Omni Man, is super great. It is a third party, I wouldn't say custom, but it's a third party, unlicensed, Omni Man, which came out really, really good. And it takes a lot of inspiration of other companies. Like, I would say, like, the lower half of him, and maybe even not even the torso, but the lower half of him is definitely Mafex. And the quality of sculpting and art and paint jobs is up there with Mafex and Storm. But the shoulders, which we'll get to in a minute, the shoulders are more like, and maybe the upper body itself, it's more like a Amazing Yamaguchi Revoltech. But they actually fix it. So right now I have the arm cross piece on him, and we'll actually try to switch the arms while we're doing this. But let's talk about accessories. So My Alien Dad comes with a bunch of hands and the cross arm piece. So he actually does have regular arms. And if you hear a lot of tapping and ticking in the background, that's my dog walking around deciding to drink water while I'm recording. And the original head that comes with him is this one. If I can get that to focus. Maybe. Possibly. Something like that. And then his original star chest piece, which I wonder, probably not, to be able to use it for something. It sucks that I'm gonna have these two pieces, a head and neck piece and a chest piece I can't use. But he's got a bunch of hand sculpts, if you can see in there, even the little pointer ones for the think thing, which I may or may not put him into that pose. I've been looking at other people's reviews who've already gotten them. They don't seem like they've been able to achieve it, but I'm gonna try my luck at trying to do it. Yeah, so the actual O and the Omni-Man head sculpt came in the accessory pack. I don't think there's anything else in this accessory pack once I opened it. Yes, there is. Almost forgot. There are several other heads. So if we can get them, there is a very angry one, a gritted teeth one, and one with his eyes closed, and one with his mouth open. The think, Mark! Think! Sorry, I had to do that. I'm really going to do that pose. I'm really going to do that pose when I get an opportunity to do that pose. But if you guys can give me a second, I'm going to show you with his regular arms, because it's going to take me a minute because we have to pull all this stuff off. So hold up one second, and there we go. I didn't want to have you guys see me fiddling with it. It didn't take me as long as I thought it was going to take me, but it wasn't exactly fast. But we get to see more of his articulation when we have the actual articulable arms on. One of the things that has been, well, let's talk about those Revoltech shoulders. So we got a lot of range on the arms and the joints. Revoltech would normally have this piece right here where it looks like it's just a shell being the shoulder piece, and it'd be a lot of gapping under there, but Zoomrig actually figured it out by putting a little ball there to fill in that spot, which is a great thing. Revoltech, take notes, even though they're basically kind of stealing your design, but look at how they fixed it. He has single articulated elbows, and that's partly because they didn't do the cut in the bicep, so that way he could get more range, which I'm hit or miss about. I want him to have double jointed articulation, but I like how they saved the sculpt and just added me a cross arm, so I really technically don't need it. He can look up pretty far, as we're looking him up. He can look down quite a bit, stare down at the poor people and the insignificant pets that are humans. In the back of his head, he's got this little piece, so it covers a gap, but also gives him more room to move his head up. I thought that was really, really cool. Single articulated knees, but the way that they did the thigh, it does give a little bit more range. So it's not double jointed, it is single jointed, but it gives more range. He does have an ankle rocker, and he has a toe hinge. The cape is cloth, so that's always good, and it's wired at the bottom, so you can get a lot of poses out of it. And I just knocked his hand off. This is gonna not go as easy as I wanted it to. But as we give a comparison, because obviously Omni Man is Image Comics version of Superman, so I figured I'd bring in Superman to kind of stand next to him, kind of show you a comparison of the both. They're roughly about the same size. I think Omni Man is a little taller, but he's a little beefier, and he's got a lot more shading. So that's a cool thing. Not that Mayfix did a bad thing with Superman. I think they're pretty comparable and can stand next to each other on a shelf, which actually he is going to go on my Superman shelf to the time being until Jada comes out with the rest of Invincible line, or Zoomrig sees how well they've been doing and comes out with Mark, or aka Invincible. I feel like maybe they could kind of work with Jada and double up and cover the ones that they're not being done. I would love to see a Thrag at this point. Maybe it might take Jada a little while to get to, since they're starting with Conquest right now as a villain. And then if we want to go back there, these were the cross arm pieces that pop out the shoulders that you can put these on, so he will actually go back into that cross arm stand. Now, let me move on to my second thing, because this video is already getting long. And this just arrived today, and that is, let me make sure I got the name right, that it is the Ramen Toy 3030. So I've been waiting, I feel like, freaking forever to get this thing in. He is going to go perfect with my Brave Star, which after I bought Brave Star, I was a little worried that they were going to continue this line, because they absolutely canceled Silverhawks because of a cease and desist. So I only got Quicksilver and Monstar, and now that I have 3030, I'm pretty happy it'll be the same thing with Quicksilver and Monstar. But I do hope they kind of finish out this line. So let's go ahead and jump into the box, which I have over here. Ramen Toys really knows how to do artwork for their boxes. I love what they did with Silverhawks, and I'm loving again what they did here with 3030 for Brave Star. There's the bottom, there's the top, think that way, the back, more of that artwork, and we're done. So we're gonna toss that over there. We're gonna come back to him. He's got like multi-layers to his head sculpt, I guess, to give a little bit more articulation, so that way it's not such a hard piece. And everything is such a malleable plastic, so it shouldn't get in the way. He is a horse, so he doesn't look up that well, but he gets a little bit up, which, oh wait, no, I take it back. He looks up quite a bit. I take it back, Ramen Toy. You actually did a good job on the articulation there. And he looks down quite a bit. That's super awesome. I didn't think this thing would be so greatly I thought it was going to be a hunk of plastic. He does have double jointed elbows, so he can get quite a bit there. He has a little butterfly, and I think I forgot to mention that on my man does have butterfly. It doesn't get a lot because the sculpting here, the chest, and the harness doesn't get a lot. Something just fell off of something. What was that? That fell off. There is a piece that fell off of something. I don't know what this fell off of. Oh, okay, I see it. It actually fell off his legs. There we go. Now, the piece is back. All right. His legs do have a ratchet in it, which I thought was kind of cool to help with the stance, so that way he doesn't fall down, especially when they have the little bent leg dog horse stance. But he doesn't have any knee articulation. I mean, you can go forward a little bit, but it really rests back into its neutral stance. I don't know why you need to go forward. He can move the hips up quite a bit and back and go out like that. So he's actually very well articulated. He does have some crunch and stuff. Man, I forgot to do a lot of articulation with Omni, man. I'm sorry, guys. It's not a lot, but it's something. I wish that they actually sold him with maybe a static horse version of him. I would have paid the extra price, and maybe they'll do it later. Just so I can put Brave Star on top. So since we're talking about Brave Star, we got to go ahead and bring him over here. Put his hat on, it just fell off. So you can see him side by side. I feel like for the cartoon, this is a good scaling that they did. Oh, I forgot the tail. The tail is articulatable. Up and down, side to side, and you can twirl it. There you go. So articulation on that. His jaw doesn't open up. I kind of wish the jaw actually did open up. But I'm going to put him aside because we're going to go ahead and talk about the accessories that came with him. He came in a huge, huge ass box. And he came with a ton of accessories. We have another harness that goes with him. I guess you can make him a little bit more kitted out. He does have an alternate head that does not show the gritted teeth. I would like one where it could have opened, but I mean, he was a talking horse on the show, but talking horse is kind of stupid. But I do wish they had one where his mouth was open, or at least that it could articulate, and it's got the same hair sculpt. So we're gonna toss that over there. He's got little hammers, which I don't remember from the show, but I mean, weapon accessories are weapon accessories, so definitely take those. But his blunderbuss, that is definitely a thing that we're gonna open because I'm definitely gonna use this. While I'm doing that, it comes with a multitude of hands. Ramen toys are really good for that, so I'll definitely have whatever hands I need to pose him. So, and my other dog is sitting here sniffing all my accessories. So if you see or hear me fidgeting or something like that, it's my dog, who has now become a fan of me talking about action figures. So we're going to put the blunderbuss together. And this looks like it's slotted to go a specific way. There you go. It only fits on one way, so if you get it, if you can't get it to work, it's because you have to turn the wrong way. I love how it has the little reload action, so that's super cool. And in the package, I just noticed he actually comes with a mask to put on his face. Sort of like the Techno horse is what they were calling him at first. So that's cool. Back to his gun. It has a port in the middle. If you can find a blast effect to go in there, I guess that would be great. And I got to get one of the hands for him to hold it. But I feel like this video is getting so long, we're going to stop there. So these are the two that I got this week. We got My Alien Dad, a.k.a. Omni Man, and 3030. Or 3030. 3030. Techno Course 3030. Alright, so that's all I got for this week. G.I. Joe June just ended, so they ended up putting out some stuff. We got to see the reveal of Lara Croft for G.I. Joe Classified. She looks really, really good. I think she is going to be kind of skinny. She is classified up, but they did say you can remove a lot of the gear off of her to make her more of the authentic original Lara Croft. I follow Loose Collector, and Loose Collector had been doing the Burning Hammer line, and they had teased a year ago that they were going to do a version of Lara Croft, and she was going to be called Hannah. So I reached out to them yesterday, asked them like, hey, you guys still doing this line? Because we haven't seen a painted, but it was just kind of like a grayscale version, 3D printed. I was like, are you guys still doing this line? Especially since Hasbro is doing their own licensed version of Lara Croft. And they actually responded and said they have some updates coming out in July, which I assume meaning for San Diego Comic-Con, to talk about the second wave of Burning Hammer. So very, very excited about that. I think I would prefer I'm really gonna like the head sculpt on the G.I. Joe Classified because they've been doing some great paint jobs on the females, as well as great sculpts on the head sculpts. So I think I'm gonna like that, but I'm gonna love the body on Loose Collector because as you can see over here, I have a Loose Collector case over there. All their women are amazing. They don't always have the best face sculpts, but they have amazing articulated bodies, and I want to see if I can switch the Hasbro head to fit on the Loose Collector bomb. So I'm gonna get them both, even if I have to call somebody else or change an outfit or whatever the case. One will be pre Tomb Raider, and then one will be when she enlisted in the military. Maybe I'll do that. All right, so that's all I got for this week because this video is going way too long. I'll talk to you guys next week. I got some stuff that I didn't expect to get, but it's a real surprise that I got it, and I'm happy to talk about it.